Oh, for Todd's sake. Todd, why? Why? Why would you do this to me? We've gone so long without having to make a negative Starfield video, and I'm so happy for that. This is my most anticipated game of this year, and I was so happy with all of this fantastic news, and then you go and say this. So for those of you who don't know, the other day Todd Howard was featured on Xcast, and it was a really good interview. We got some new information, like no land vehicles, no fishing, thanks Jazz Gordon for asking that by the way, and a couple of other smaller things, but today I sort of want to take a few minutes to talk about something else they confirmed that I really do have a big issue with. And that's the fact that we only have 4 romanceable companions throughout Starfield's entire base game. Well, look, honestly, my biggest worry going into Starfield is that the companion and romance system would suck, solely because of the crew system that we've heard so much about. We could find random NPCs and hire them to be a part of our crew, and because there's so many of these, I was kind of worried that Starfield would go back to, Skyrim's follower system, giving us a ton of companions, but they're all empty and robotic and have zero personality. Now look, Fallout 4's base game had about 10 companions that you could romance, and all of them felt very in-depth, somewhat real. It felt like you could actually build a whole relationship with these companions, and I really enjoyed that. I remember playing Far Harbor for the first time, and taking that long walk up to the house where you actually start the quest with Nick Valentine, and I sort of stopped for a minute and realised, wow, it was only less than a year ago that I met Nick on this very playthrough, and I was curious if I could actually trust him or not, and now I trust him with my character's life, right? What I mean is, Fallout 4 had a great companion system in my opinion. Of course you can actually Valentine Nick, I'm just using him to get my point across. And I know a lot of people hate the dislike and like system that came with Fallout 4's followers/companions, but I really enjoyed it. Yes, it was annoying at times, but it actually gave us a bit of consequence and choice for doing things around certain followers, and it made them sort of feel real, made them feel like real people, at least compared to the old Bethesda companions. And what's more is that the romance system came with 10 of these followers, and again it felt somewhat real. You could spend a lot of time around these characters, and once in a while they'd open up to you, and eventually you could be committed to one another. But then of course we did get a full confirmation that no, crew and followers/companions are 2 different things. So then, going into Starfield, I was very excited for the Fallout 4 companion system to return, maybe slightly improved. I was very excited for it to come back. But Todd did just confirm that, oh, actually we only have 4 romanceable NPCs in Starfield, and every single one of them is a member of Constellation, for some reason. Just... what the fuck, Bethesda, really? It's a massive step backwards from Fallout 4, and I understand that due to this system may be more in-depth, and obviously that's great, of course that's fantastic, but only 4, and they're all a part of Constellation? What if I want to do a playthrough where I don't do anything for Constellation? If after joining them at the start of the game, because it does look like we're going to be forced to join them, I just never go back and see them again, because I want to do my own thing. If I want that character to have a wife or a husband, I've now got to go and join Constellation just to do that? Just no. This is just really awful news to me. Okay, what if I want to play as a pirate of the Crimson Fleet? You're telling me that character can never build a romantic relationship unless they want to go and join a completely different faction. And yes, I know that Constellation will clearly be a neutral faction like I just mentioned, but this still sucks to me. I'm very, very excited for Starfield. It's clearly my most anticipated game of the year. I mean, all you have to do to prove that is look at my channel, is all I fucking talk about. I've loved literally everything Bethesda has put out in the last 25 years besides Fallout 76 for obvious reasons, and I still think that Starfield will be an amazing game. But this is just very disappointing news to me. I love building an entire life in Bethesda games. I've mentioned plenty of times before how I have a Bosmer/Wood Elf character in Skyrim who I do basically nothing with, no quests unless I just stumble across them, and I just wake him up in the morning, go hunting, return, have dinner with my family, and maybe go out for some nighttime exploring and come back. I was hoping to do things like this in Starfield, but now it seems I won't be able to, due to only having 4 romanceable companions in the game, and it just really sucks to hear. And look, of course I know that romance isn't the point of Starfield, but it's always a great thing to have in your games, and I think that Bethesda really nailed it with Fallout 4. So it just sucks to see that, again, in my opinion, they're taking a step back rather than a step forward. I mean, next we'll hear that the only companions in the game at all are Constellation companions, which would just fucking suck too. Look, again, I'm not trying to shit on Bethesda, it's whatever, but it just feels extremely limiting to only have 4 romanceable companions in the game, and make them all a part of Constellation on top of that. It just feels really whack and honestly kind of lazy to me. Where's my United Colonies partner when I want to do a UC playthrough? Where's my Crimson Fleet companion for my evil pirate playthrough, you know? I don't know, I'm honestly just kind of annoyed about this news, and to be honest, I really just needed to make a video to express my thoughts on it, if you will, and sort of get it off my chest. Like I said, I only have 2 worries when it comes to Starfield. A, how the game will actually perform overall after how awful Fallout 4's performance has been the last few years, and B, the companion and romance system. And now this worry has just skyrocketed to the roof. And of course you are free to have a different opinion than me on this, that's fine, I just wanted to express my thoughts, and look, I'm not going to make this a full-length video because, well, A, I just don't want to bitch and moan about stuff for 10 minutes straight, and B, today's usually my day off anyway. I'm only posting this today so that the negative news doesn't take away from the fun topics and breakdowns that we like to do throughout the week. Anyway, that is my thoughts on this. Please do let me know what your opinions are on this in the comments. Are you as worried and disappointed as I am, or are you actually happy with this news? See if you can change my mind in the comments, because I'm honestly bummed out. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, leave it a like for me, and if you're new here, I promise the content is usually a lot more fun than this, so consider subscribing, I'd appreciate you. And lastly, of course, a big thank you to the channel members, you guys are beautiful. But that will do it for me, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Peace.